with Vision Chronicles. So, continuing on where I left off before, I talked a little bit about that whole transition into middle school. But prior to that, I want to give you a little feedback on how I believe I became very resilient with walking and dealing with life as a person with a visual impairment. So at a very young age, I began to read, and I was a very, very avid comic book reader. And so Marvel Comics was some of my favorite comics to read, and I read them avidly. And I just remember being 6, 7 years old and just being completely enamored by all the characters. And what it did is it allowed my intellect as well as my reading comprehension to be advanced even at a young age. And so when my vision began to leave, it was crazy because the resiliency that was in me, of course, I don't know if it was just being young and feeling invincible, whatever it was. I realized because I had such a high reading level and comprehension level that when I began to lose vision, it wasn't as extreme in terms of having to comprehend what I was reading because I started reading comics really early. And so that was just an inspiration as I began to really reflect over life and as things began to worsen because for about 6 years, between 5 to 6 years, things just began to digress, and it was so fast. But like I said, days became months, months became years, and it's a blur now because that 3-year period from like 7 to 10, I know my vision was leaving in an extremely quick manner, and the doctors would just look at me and shake their heads at times and wouldn't even understand how it would function. But I just thank God that I was able to start reading very early and have the reading comprehension and levels that I had, because it sustained me, I believe, through a lot of tests and things and that I would have to endure just learning and matriculating through education. And so that's a little excerpt I wanted to share with you guys. As always, I want to leave you guys with something encouraging and inspiring for you guys to think about, just to maintain throughout the day. And what I would say is on the note of me talking about the resiliency and the level of comprehension that I had very early, I would say don't let life pass you by on a day-to-day basis without taking in every aspect of life. A lot of times we can drink of life and really, really take advantage of it. But we should drink of life and really realize that every day you can learn something new. And so if I can inspire anybody with this video in any way, it's to take full advantage of life. Try to learn something every day. Try to be different every day. Try to be better than you were the day before. And before that day ends, make sure that you reflect upon the things that you're grateful for. I guarantee that will not only do your soul right, do your heart right, but it'll give you a persona and a mindset of positivity, and that positivity will carry you over not only into the next day, but through our life. So that is what I have. So until you guys hear from me again, I want you to remember your lives are very valuable. Much love. God bless. Peace be the journey, and the Vision Chronicles will continue.